we were actually at the end of the end, right before we sold, we built a company called Backstage Courses, which was sort of masterclass or monthly. Now you're seeing that, but it was effectively creating premium paid courses, but taught by YouTubers. So someone like Matpat teaching, how to create, how to market and how to grow your YouTube channel, or Jared teaching writing, how to write for YouTube.
Make that? Because I feel like that would have crushed
it. We made a lot of it. We built out the brand, the site. We built out the trailers. We built out the coursework. We have some really cool, amazing video that we shot too. So it was shot like masterclass. It was gorgeous. Wow. But at the end of the day, it was something that Jared really didn't want to do himself. Like he didn't really want to make the Wisecrack course because it was. I don't know. It was philosophically, again, it was like having to push and sell more things to our audience just didn't feel right at the time. But also it coincided with the sale of the company. And so we just sort of decided not to pursue that path. It was very hard. Building courses for yourself, building one course is one thing, but then doing it for tons of people. And that was super capital intensive and required minimum guarees and talent fees and stuff.
Does Matpat have a course on how to grow a YouTube channel that I can purchase?
He does not, but we were talking to him about it. He does not. He is the master. He is so different from master.
Me. He is so different. He is such a technical whiz and such a data diving person. Like I feel that I could learn so much from him because he's done it, one, more successfully than I have, but also so differently than I have. We're intuition based. We're like, what do you think about this title?
Well, I always, for our dynamic, I always say I'm kind of the business mind. And I think I liken Charlie to the creative genius or the Einstein. Like his shoes aren't tied, but his script is amazing. You know what I mean? So Matpat is growing from a completely different framework.
Matpat is right in the middle. He is the two. Both. He's Jekyll and Hyde. He's crazy. He's really brilliant with data. He's brilliant with marketing. I think he can walk a really fine line of he's created formats and channels and a personality and a sensibility that allows him to both do things that are technically and measurably smart and great, but also creative in a way that the audience comes along for the ride. So I remember one time, this is an example, Matt took a look at our channel. He was a great partner to us, by the way. He helped us grow quite a lot. So I owe a lot to him. But
how'd you guys get in touch?
We got in touch through, we joined Defy Media at the time before they had a huge bankruptcy.
Exploded.
But Defy Media was our MCN for a while, or representatives or something. And they were bringing us deals, but one of the things they offered was that Matpat would come give us a channel audit as part of that deal. So Matpat used to work at Defy Media. He was like just a channel manager there. And he had all these great ideas. No one listened to him. And he was like, oh, fuck it, I'm going to start my own channel. And he created The Game Theorists. So he's done fine. But anyway, he gave us an audit and he was like, oh, I see you guys released a video on Mario Goes to Therapy or something. It was like we did a show called Pop Psych, I think, at the time. And he said, I recommend that you follow Google and YouTube's structured tagging system. And the way that they structure and tag Mario is as Super Mario. So just put Nintendo Super Mario. So we put Super Mario in the title right there in the meeting. And the video went from like this, sort of went from like a flat line to like a hockey stick. And I was like, holy crap. Like, that's one thing.
Wow.
And Matt had him and Stephanie, his wife, is also brilliant too. They have a consultancy. And so anyway.
How does one learn what Google
can one learn these powers?
Yeah, they're brilliant. They do channel consulting.
Yeah, have to hit them up. But so I wanted to ask, that's an example. And you've thrown it out there a couple times. What were the big, I don't know, things that you generally did that created that general hockey stick growth? And I can't tell, is one of them interacting and learning from other creators, or is it testing a bunch of different formats? Was it raising your sponsor rate? Like, I can think of our breakthroughs, and one of them is absolutely not interacting with other creators. You're like the fourth guy that I know on YouTube.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. So I'm curious what it's been for, or was for you guys at Wisecrack.
For us, there were two pieces that ultimately changed the course for the channel growth. The number one was when we started to cover more popular topics. So unfortunately, this was a double-edged sword, right? It was on one side, it was great because it would introduce us to new audiences. It would, Google, YouTube's the number 2 search engine in the world. So people searching for anything popular, including Star Wars, including Star Trek, including Avengers, including
Avengers, yeah.
anything of that sort, like would bring us big audiences. So Rick and Morty became a huge anchor for us. So as that show became hugely popular, and especially hugely popular on search, we were always early results. So popular content was number one. And number two for us was collaborations. And that was people collaborating with people like Vsauce. We collabed with Matpat. We collabed with In a Nutshell. Like when we did major collaborations and like collaborated on what the content was that we would push to them and they'd push to us, that became our one of our major growth channels after our initial launches. So at first it was like, let's create series and shows that cut through the clutter, that are super unique and interesting. And then those two pieces ultimately helped us.
Never had interest in collaborating with Charisma on Command, though.
Very unusual. My email went unanswered.
Very surprising.
Was it the collaboration itself, like you just mentioned, the video, or was it the knowledge share that was most impactful?
It was the collaborations. I think the knowledge share was interesting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think Matpat helped us on the knowledge side of things, like changing our programming, hitting our regular cadence and schedule, how we did tagging, how we figured out titling. He helped us a lot at the time with end cards and end screens and annotations to make sure that everything that we did helped keep someone in the Wisecrack web, as he called it. So someone would come in, watch a Wisecrack video, and then every single suggested video is more Wisecrack. So they're just watching.
Yeah. You guys crushed that. I swear to, because you guys have a distinctive thumbnail look.
Yeah.
And if you're on a Wisecrack video, it's like, hello, suggested Wisecrack.
Right.
You guys dominate that.
That was, Matpat really trained us on how to do that right, and we were just very lucky to work with him and to have that. I think he appreciated the access to our channel because he could also see our analytics and see what was going on with us, and we got great benefit. It was a win-win for both of us.
Cool.
But then the collaborations, I think that was like kind of the tactics. But then in terms of the collaborations, it was just a matter of Matpat would do a collab, and we helped him with writing. Jared actually helped him with writing scripts, helped him with supporting his content, and in exchange, he'd help push audience to our channel. All of a sudden, you get 10,000 new subscribers in a day because he's mentioned our channel. Like things like that, where it's like those big days were really helpful for growing our audience.
Fascinating. Yeah, this is where we differ. And just for those, I'm sure some of our fans are curious. For us, I would say it was separating your and my role totally for about a year and a half, where it was like, hey, if it's a question, an email, accounting problem, like talk to Ben. And if it's literally not writing a video, do not speak to Charlie. So I had the most.
That's for our internal team, not for our fans.
Oh yeah,
this was.
And for everybody.
Yeah,
for everybody.
But I'm saying it's not just fan questions. It's like, hey, if you have a question about Charisma on Command, don't go to Charlie.
Yeah,
Charlie's going to be writing. It's the most important thing we do, and it's the only thing he does.
Yeah,
wow.
And so we had and it was great. I mean, Charlie,
that was our biggest jump. Was that year where it was just like, I have one job and. It was funny because I'm writing about charisma and I'm speaking to no one. I'm like talking to no team members
on your webcam,
pulling on a wealth of information from the past.
Went into a cave. Hope that you guys enjoyed that clip. If you want to see more like this and have us do more podcasts, we are 100% funded by our generous patrons. And if you'd like to contribute, there's a link in the description, and we'll have one pop up on the screen right here so that we can do more podcasts where we have fun conversations and hopefully some deep ones like this. Either way, hope that you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.